What's up, everybody? This is Tony Marino, and I am back with my Super Castlevania 4 walkthrough. And what, as they say here in Mexico, lo prometido es deuda, which is what I promised is what I'm going to do, which is actually get through this gosh darn water level that's been giving me so much hassle since the last episode. So, as you may know, my walkthroughs are somewhat walkthrough slash autobiographical. So, as I walk through this, you will be hearing me saying a lot of nonsense, and if you're lucky, I will actually give you some tips on how to survive each level of this beautifully made game, which is known not only for its quality, but also for its difficulty. Now, as you can see here, I am just switching my cross boomerang to a knife, which is probably one of the most frustrating things you could actually do in this game, and I am very proud of the fact that I did that. So here I am in my favorite swing. Now here, a good tip for you guys is to get through this part of the level as quickly as you can, because if you don't, either that will happen to you and you will be severely frustrated with your manhood. Why your manhood? Because I say so, that's why. So here we have the ever popular merfolk, which these guys are like the inverted version of a mermaid, which is instead of having a fish tail and human head, they have a fish head and human legs. Now, I think last time I actually commented on it, if you were in a deserted island, what would you rather spend time with? A mermaid that is your classical mermaid, fishtail, human torso, or a mermaid with a fish torso and human legs? Now, obviously this is a drunken perverted question, but I would have to say I would have to go with the human torso, because one, I can't see myself having a long-winded conversation with a fish. I've tried to have long-winded conversations with my dogs, and they always beat me in my arguments, so I'd just rather not do that. Plus, for other reasons that I dare not get into on my Let's Plays, because I think your opinion is already deteriorated about me, and I don't want to make it any worse. So here I am about to actually pass this part. There we go. I really sincerely think that Dracula's architect is under the influence of severe narcotics and alcohol at the same time. And there he was, and I just killed him. He was complaining about my complaints. Boom! That's right. You find a crucifix, it kills everything in sight. So here we keep going. Here I'm kind of thinking about how I can get through this, because I am severely fearful of those deteriorating rocks and the lag I get every time I get into the water areas. Oh, I hate this part. One for these snake heads, because you can't say they're dragon heads per se. They don't look like dragons. They look more like snakes. Though snakes are a type of dragon, so I've been told by my resident priest. He told me during one of my confessions. Why did I ask him about that during confession? Because it was awkward. I didn't know how to start a conversation with him. So, I just said, screw it, let's talk about dragons and snakes and what's the difference. And after about 3 hours, he asked me to leave. So, okay, let's keep going up here. Yes, okay, there we go. A little bit of a moonwalk. Oh, God, I hate these birds. Oh, and they obviously hate me. They probably think I have like a worm underneath that armored miniskirt, and they may be right. That's awful. Anyways, let's keep on going up there. Actually, every time I start going into another accent, I realize that people start paying more attention to me. Like that episode where Ross started speaking in a British accent during class. And I did that during one of my classes when I was a history teacher, and it actually worked out. So here, boss music. Oh my god, I got a two-headed dragon. Now, the best thing with most bosses in this game is that the game usually expects you to move around while you're fighting. Sometimes, actually, your best bet is to stay in one place and just, power through the damage. Especially if you have the cross boomerang, because that'll help you out, especially when these constantly moving bosses. Now, obviously, whenever you have like a two-part or a boss that's made out of two parts, usually you have to focus on one of them at a time, but since these dragons are not color-coded, just go for either one. And here I have my disco ball! Yeah. Getting the points that I have no idea why I have for this game. It's not a score-based game. Dun 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 dun. Oh god, this is even worse. This is the skeleton nightclub. This is where the Grim Reaper comes when he wants to feel sexy. What is that? It's okay. I think I destroyed word. What? I say what? And here we have this skull-looking man. Like, what are you doing here? Why are you in my master's quarters? Why am I stuck in this wall? Ooh, money! No, it's mine. Yeah, you human bastard! Yes, because... Oh, see, I was checking that because sometimes those rotating floors don't do that. So keep in mind, whenever you are on those things, do not jump because that activates their trap mechanism, which you are going to see in a little bit. You're going to see in a little bit how that really made me cry like a little 14-year-old girl who is complaining about the fact that she can't go out with her friends because her dad says she's too young still. Yes, that was severely detailed, but that's the type of guy I am. Okay, here we are on these graviton rocks. Graviton, so you know, is actually a particle, a theory particle. I'm not sure if they have actually successfully found one. A graviton is like a particle that can defy the laws of gravity. Now, this is severely used in comic books, but they say there may be actually a... Here we go. Wait. Serious time. Why? Okay, try number 2. Okay, let me get these. Let me hit that wall monster. Ow. Boy. Dracula sure has a boner for skeleton demons. Oh, a knife. Jump! Why? This is one of my most hated levels because of that. I love platforming, but I don't like platforming that pressures me. So that's kind of a contradictory statement. But anyway, let's see if I can finally make it this time. Yes, I am the bomb if they do not kill me after successfully jumping that. Like, yay, I want a hug. Give me a hug, Simon. No, why? I only wanted a hug. I killed your brother too. Oh, that was close. An axe, that's actually pretty good. A severely commented thing about Castlevania is the way... Oh, that was close. The way that Simon Belmont, and all the Belmont clan, for that matter, has such a decisive walk to themselves. And they're like marching / killing ants / like really having to go to the bathroom. And if you play... Oh, that was close. If you play Symphony of the Night, Alucard actually kind of has it too, so... Maybe Alucard's mom has a lot to explain to good old Count Dracula. Like, is it actually Dracula's child? That'd be an interesting episode of Maury, wouldn't you say? Extra tidbit about Maury. Did you know he's like 102? I had no idea that Maury was like 80-something. Speaking of Maury, here is his wax head that they have an exhibition in San Francisco. Oh, that's a big tongue. Okay, this actually happened purely by accident. I got stuck under him, and it actually worked out for me because I could hit the chips of debris as I hit him. Now, I was so happy when I actually passed this, but then I see there was no disco ball, and I was like, why? And I was like, oh no. Oh no, not this part. I say oh no to this part because one, I don't have a lot of health, and two, back in the day when my brother used to play this back in the 90s, every time he would get to this level, he would just die so horribly. And it's because he did not know this little trick that I actually learned from watching the speedrunners go through this game. So what you do first is you wait for the room to stop rotating, kind of like after you've had heavy drinking and you want to go to sleep. And then you just let the chain, just let it all hang out. Because Simon's a brick. House. He's mighty mighty. Just let it all hang out. Oh, I should stop now. I'm desecrating a song with my severe white boy singing abilities. So here I survived that simply just by letting my whip down. And then here I kind of panicked because I had no idea what I was supposed to do here, because those retracting were like, what am I supposed to do now? Maybe I should go for that hole over there. That makes sense. So let's go over there. And I died. Well, that's a lot of retro gaming, is that, ladies and gentlemen, which was trial and error. And sure, you have trial and error in this modern day and age, but since all these games back in the day were really about patterns and repetitive actions, you really had to, get through it to actually realize how to go through it. So here I am just with my POS leather strap of a whip, and it still seems to work. Now that looks like Simon Belmont's a Thundercat, because that looks like his Thundercat tail. Wait a second, the Thundercats did not have tails, now that I think about it. They did not actually start having tails until the revamp of it back a couple of years ago. Lionel was tailless. So in this second try, I kind of just stayed there panicking, like, what am I supposed to do? So I just followed the spikes because this bat's getting really tired of hanging from there. And then I just saw these bricks were coming over. Then I started panicking because I thought it was maybe going to push me off, and then I got off. And then I was just like, yeah, then I'll walk with such purpose out of here. Boom! And here we are in what was highly exhibited during the presentation of the Super Nintendo back in the day, around 94, 93, to promote the graphics, this rotating room, which is a pain in the ass. So it's very pretty looking, and it's like, oh, it's making me dizzy, especially after a couple of brewskis. Yeah, that's I had to do that because I was actually helping Simon there, because he was kind of low on health, so I decided to let him die an honorable death in this rotating room. Which would have been funny, actually. Like, it would be cool if it cuts away to see how, like, your body's just stuck in this rotating room and just keeps flopping around like if, where you were in a clothing drying machine. Whoa, there we go. Oh, there we go. I was so close to dying there because of that bounce back effect that Simon has, because he's a wussy. Every time he gets hurt, he jumps back and he's like, oh no, don't hurt me, don't touch me, I'm fragile. Which is expected of a man wearing a skirt. Okay, here we are, and I was severely relieved to be at this level because I actually enjoy level 4-4. And here we go. I didn't want to go through the spiked area because it seemed like a bad idea. I was like, no, I'm going to get plastered. I was like, no, let's actually go through here. It makes more sense. I'm just like, yeah, let's go through here. And as soon as I got myself here, I was like, wait a second, there's no way to get out of here. And Simon was like, oh, no. No, 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 all the way back here, no, 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 no.